thought I'd just do a couple of, well, a video actually, just to show how I'm getting on with these two bikes that I'm doing on the Virago Tech Forum. So this is the first one, which I started a couple of years ago, and it's nearly there. We're nearly there with this one. I just need to get an exhaust built for it really, and it's going. This was TR1, so it's in the States. That's an XV920R chain drive. So I'll just quickly whip through what I've done with it. So the front end is TR1 completely. We've just put a different mud guard on it and a fork brace in there. It's got different indicators and a different headlight, obviously. Original clocks, I've just put one of these ones on, which I've used on other bikes. They're really good little speedos with the idiot lights built into them. Handlebars are Renthals 758s. They're called ultra lows, I think, and I've just extended them a little bit with some add-ons just to make them a bit wider. Tank is an XV750 Gen1 tank, which I think looks really good. Engine's been completely rebuilt. But yeah, we're missing exhaust pipe at the moment. TR1 pegs and brake pedal, which I quite like because they're just in the right place. This is the battery box I made for it. Regulators on the side there. What else have we done? So it's the original rear subframe, but I cut it just here, and then we put on this bit. It's a bit of a prototype, but I really like it. And then we put I've put the indicators just under the seat there. So it's a La Rosa mono seat fixed on at the front there, and using a sort of, I had this bar made in here which goes across the top with these little pedestals on the top, and the springs basically just bolt onto those. So it's got the TR1 rear mudguard hugger thing, which I'm just using as a mudguard. It fits perfectly and I quite like it. Put a little backlight on there, on the back, and the number plate will go on the back there. So I've put a Ken in there, I thought on there, which a lot of people do. They're just quite neat and small. So there's a chain, obviously. This is a chain drive. I've got to build a chain guard for this as well, to pass a UK MOT. What else? Carbs have been completely rebuilt. It's not actually wide up at the minute to run, but yeah. So the other bike that I'm using, I really like this one anyway. I'm gonna probably put like a box on the back. I'll just get a box and I'll show you. I'm gonna get like a wicker basket or something put on the back here. So it'll be kind of like a utilitarian type bike. I quite like it though. Anyway, this is the other one. This is the Gen1 on the Virago Tech Forum. I'm calling this the Gen1 Gen2 hybrid. So it's going to be a little bit different to this one. So this is a Gen2 750 engine. You can probably tell by the crankcase that was all chrome, heavily chromed engine, which I don't particularly like. So I took all those off and painted them up. They're actually a little bit damp today because of the weather we've got. Been a mild day after a very cold one. It's got, so I'll quickly run through it. Gen2 rear wheel fitted to a Gen1 drive and Gen1 swing arm and Gen1 frame. But it's got Gen2. So when I say Gen2, it's 1995. This was 1995 stuff. The engine is anyway. Fitted to a 81, 83 frame and swing arm. So forks are off. They're brand new stanchions. That I got some forks, but they were a bit pitted, so I just bought some new stanchions for it. And we had the legs. So the bottom ends have been completely rebuilt with progressive springs, lowered springs as well. So it's a bit lower, and I've got it just sticking out a tiny bit out the top there, and I think it's about right. Headlight was a Lucas chrome light that I painted up with some Simonized paint. which I've used on the engine. It's really good paint. So this will have the idiot lights actually built into it. That's how they come, which I'm going to, and there'll be a little switch that goes in here. I've got to get the lens for that because the one I got was for driving on the right hand side and we drive on the left. So brake calipers, I've had them completely stripped, rebuilt, new seals, everything, and repainted, and then fitted those on. I'll just clean the wheel up. At some point I'm probably going to paint the hub black, which is going to be tricky. Maybe have to take all the spokes out. I don't know. That'll be in the future though. So this side we've put a Gen1 case on and Gen1 pegs and brake pedal. I just wanted to get it going for now. I might at some point put some rear sets on it, but I don't want them right back on these hangers where everyone else puts them. It's too far back for my knees. This will be too far forward. The TR1 is absolutely perfect. That's not the one I'm going to be using, but that's perfect for me. It's just almost like in line with the front of the seat, whereas this one's going to be a bit too far forward, but they'll do for now. Rear brake hub, it's all been repainted and everything, powder coated. Yeah, put all new stuff in there. That's all working nicely, I think. Yeah, that works well. So it's got an XT600 rear shock, which is a common replacement, I think. You have to put in some little bushes in here. I had one that was the right size and I just got another one made. And then you have to pack it at the top end. I think you just pack it top and bottom just to make sure it fits. So yeah, so it's got spoke wheels, which I think you only get these in the UK, and they're alloy rims. They're DID alloy rims. They're not chromed nonsense. They're actually really good. Let me just see. There we go. Yeah, the DID alloy rims, they're really nice. This I just painted. That's just paint. It looks like powder coat. It's wet at the minute, but yeah, it matches. That's the swing arm's powder coated, and that isn't. So they match perfectly. Yeah, same on this side. We've got the Gen1 pegs. That's a bit bent, which I'm gonna have to sort out. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick video. The carbs I had to rebuild. They look very good, but actually inside. This engine had been stored in the bike for probably about 10 or 15 years, I think, and the carbs, when I drained the oil off it, it was full of petrol. I've written this in my thing, but it was absolutely full of petrol with the oil. So I presumed that the carbs were goosed, so I stripped them down. Yeah, they were full of varnish. Everything was covered in this thick varnish. So I had to completely rebuild those. New jets, new kits, everything. Diaphragms were fine, which was lucky, because they're quite expensive. What else? So I've got the loom here. So this is the brand new, this loom has come off the original bike that came with the engine, and it's basically brand new. So I'm going to use this as much as I can. I think that fella there does just about everything. Which is great. You haven't got all those nonsense Omron relays that you have on the other bikes. You've just got that thing. I'm pretty sure that does everything. I've wired this up on my bench, on this little bench here, and it all works. So that'll be good. Yeah, so I just thought I'll just go about the indicators. Well, these are the indicators I'm going to use. I really like these little sort of bullet type ones, and I made some little brackets to hang off the thing just there, that you can see these little brackets. That's the original Virago thing. I'm going to put different bolts on. I don't like chrome, hate chrome, so I had that powder coated. And the other thing I'm going to have to change as well is these, I'm going to have to do some work on these in the past, is these nasty chrome bolts and the chrome pipes. They really let it down, so I'll get those off at some point once I've got the bike going, and I'll get these rubbed down and painted. I'm not going to polish them up or anything, they'll just be painted so they're protected, you know. So the pegs, I had them powder coated